I mean, I'm gonna fill another bucket at the rate I'm going. And I've got 2 pots going on the cannon right now of pickles and more to do. I mean, it's just non-stop. These things are insane. Well, I haven't really made a update video, I don't think, in a while, but holy moly, the garden is crushing it. This is amazing. I cannot believe how well it's doing. I don't remember gardens being, our garden at home as a kid, I don't remember it ever being this good. I'll give you guys a little tour here in a second, but what I wanted to show you right now is these lovely cucumbers, which is what I'm standing amongst. These are what's all down here under my feet. There's cucumber here, there's cantaloupe, and there's watermelon, and it's all growing together, which if you guys go back and look at the video when I was first planting the garden, I did plant it on pretty close spacing, and that's because I just had very limited real estate of dirt that was ready. Of course, you can see I never got in and dirted out the extension like I wanted to. But honestly, we're getting so much out of this little patch, I haven't needed to at this point. We're canning stuff. Every night we're canning up something, either a tomato product or these cucumbers, just making pickles. And it's kind of, I've been bartering pickles with the neighbor for eggs, which is great. You know, I just assume barter versus pay cash. But what I want to show you on the cucumbers real quick while I was thinking is, there's one right here. You see that one there starting to grow, and it's climbing. Oops, see? It's climbing on the okra, and I intentionally planted the cucumber beside the okra for that reason. I wanted the cucumber to try to grow over and grow up on the okra. Now, the okra's about, I don't know, 40 inches tall right now, maybe 4 feet. I should have got the okra in about 2 weeks ahead of the cantaloupe, because it's just not quite, even as fast as it's growing, it's not quite outgrowing the cantaloupe like I had hoped. So the cantaloupe is starting to climb it, but it's not as, like I said, it's not quite as tall as I would have hoped. But anyway, let me finish picking these cucumbers, and then I'll walk you around and just show you some of the other cool stuff that's popping here in the garden. Okay, I think I've just about got through the cucumbers. Got a little pile of them here in addition to what's over in the bucket already. But what I wanted to show you right before I walked out of the patch was this cantaloupe. That's about a little bigger than a softball. That's one of the biggest cantaloupes I have right now. There's another one, baseball size. They're all over in here hiding. And the reason I wanted to show, I was just laughing because there was a cantaloupe right beside a cucumber. I had to do a double take because I saw the cucumber first, and then I thought I had a really funny shaped round cucumber, but it was a cantaloupe. So let me get out of here and I'll walk the perimeter. There's some watermelons and cantaloupes over there I want to show you, but let me get these cucumbers picked up. Oh heck, I guess I'll take this one. Yeah, because if I leave that for another 2 days, it'll be huge. Okay, there's another one. Where'd it go? That one. That one will be fine. Okay, let me get out of here and get the cucumbers. So here's the haul for today. Whole bunch of cucumbers. I can't explain why some of these get that crazy crook in them like that one. They're all supposed to be just plain old straight cucumbers. Why is that one there a foot long? I don't know, but I'm picking them every other day. I mean, this is what I'm getting every other day. I got 2 yellow squash and 2 zucchini this morning to figure out what we want to do with those. And I got probably another, I don't know, 2, I might show the volume on these cat litter buckets. Let's just say it's 5-gallon buckets, so 2.5 gallons of tomatoes there, with those aromas. So they pack in there pretty tight. There's some little pear tomatoes on the bottom. I don't really count them for much, but anyway, yeah, about every 2 days, this is what we get. We'll go through the peppers maybe once a week, see what we can find. But I was gonna just give you a quick tour of the rest of the garden. So we went through the cucumbers. There's cantaloupe. There's, you know, little softball and bigger sized cantaloupes hiding all over in here. Sugar baby watermelon there. Another watermelon. Another watermelon. I know these doggone watermelons, they're gonna come ripe when I'm gone for work. Oh look, there's another big one. Another big one hiding in there. So the watermelons are coming in strong. The cantaloupes are doing really, really well. The sweet corn is probably also going to come ripe while I'm gone, so I won't get to have the fresh sweet corn. But you can see most of the stalks have 2 ears on them. This one, shoot, oh, there's 2 stalks right side by side. But yeah, the sweet corn, it's coming in really, really well. I haven't picked any of it yet. Man, I'm tempted, but the ears just aren't, they're just not really swelled out. You can see the silks are still pretty yellow. But it's getting close. Now back around the other side, these daggum cucumbers, I'm telling you, these things are prolific. I should have put up a trellis. I just didn't even really think about it. But the cucumbers have grown. I was showing you how they're growing up in the okra, but they have grown through the okra. And as I walked over through my green beans here, I had to pull 4 cucumber vines. They were halfway across the green bean patch. Had to pull them out and just kind of shove them back under the okra. Basically, I don't care if I break them, whatever. They're growing so bad, or so well. They're growing so well. I don't really care. The peppers, they're doing okay, but they're seeming a little scrawny. I don't really know. They don't seem to do very well, but we get enough of them to keep us busy. And then of course there's the tomatoes, which the tomatoes are just hopping. Like I said, every other day we're getting 2.5 to 3 gallons. My little sweet potato patch, just right down yonder, it's doing well, considering what little bit of effort I'm putting into it. And then of course you just got the orchard, which is just growing and doing its thing. A couple little Granny Smith apples on the apple tree. I don't really expect them to do much. I'd be surprised if they get much bigger than a golf ball, but oh, it's mostly all coming out of the cucumber patch right now. Cucumbers and tomatoes. Every other day we're getting a good 5 gallons worth of stuff. And then the squash and zucchini back in there. Today's the first day that I've gotten, like I said, two of each. I picked one great big one off of each. One great big yellow squash and one great big zucchini that my in-laws had missed when I got home this last time. But otherwise, they're blooming a lot, but just haven't been putting on a whole lot just yet. Just saw honeybee buzzing around in here. That's pretty fun. When I'm going through picking the cucumbers, I can hear it buzzing because the honeybees are all in there. So I guess I got to give them credit. The bees are doing it. Bees done it. Let me get this stuff picked up, get in the house. It's lunchtime, but I just wanted to show you guys. Like I said, I want to give you a little tour. Things are doing absolutely amazing, and it's keeping us covered up with fresh produce, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to have more than I could even keep up with. If it rots on the vine, so be it. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Well, it's breaking my heart to do this, but I suppose it makes sense. The cucumber patch has been more than generous, overrun with cucumbers, and we tried bartering, giving away, selling, and everybody says they want it. It looks delicious. Nobody ever comes and gets it. We've made pickles. Everybody said they wanted them. Nobody ever came and got them. Typical. So we're canning up the last of the pickles for ourselves right now. And my wife just said, you know what, screw it. Like, we're spending so much time picking and cutting and canning cucumbers. Might as well pull them. Okay. But I've got to be careful because the cucumbers look exactly like the cantaloupe and they're all grown together. That's the reason I want to make the video. Cucumber and cantaloupe snuggling together. So I'm going through, I'm trying to trace the cucumber vines just to the base of the vine, basically, where it's coming up out of the ground, because I know they're planted right here in this row. And find where the root comes up and then pull from there and kind of drag it backwards and hope that they just sort themselves out from the cantaloupe as I do. So, I'll show you here. Like, here's one. Here's the base of one cucumber vine here. So we'll pull that out. Feels like there's barely even any roots on it. And then we'll just kind of shake and walk backwards. And you can see how intergrown it all is. That's my fault for never putting up a decent trellis. But again, it worked out okay. So anyway, this is kind of relieving, actually. Even though I said it breaks my heart, it is kind of satisfying to pull these things out. I mean, I'm going to fill another bucket at the rate I'm going. And I've got 2 pots going on the canner right now of pickles and more to do. I mean, it's just non-stop. These things are insane. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off. Just want to talk about it for a little bit. It's rough to do, but it's one of those things you just got to be realistic. We can't get rid of the things. They produce way more than we expected. And yeah, if we can get more support for it next year and more people want to actually come get cucumbers or pickles, we'll happily do it. But can't afford to keep doing it this year. There's just no sense in it. So anyway, we're pulling cucumber vines. This is the last of it. All right, well that's it for 2019 cucumbers as far as we're concerned. There was, I think, 6 hills, maybe 7. I'd have to go back and look. But here's a heap of vines that I pulled out, and then I wanted to show these two. This was all from one plant. See, there's the root right there. And that whole mess of vines is all off of one plant. Same for that one. There's the root. Goes all the way out. A lot of this that was all grown in, like I said, that was my mistake for planting cucumbers and cantaloupe side by side. I should have known better. But a lot of this stuff that I thought was very lush cantaloupe vines was actually cucumbers grown all the way out through the cantaloupes, which was not that big of a deal. But now that I ripped it all out, then it's like, oh wow, now I've really disturbed my cantaloupes. So I hope they do okay. Hopefully they don't get too shocked from it. But anyway, some of these vines in here that are still broken off, I don't know if they're cantaloupe or cucumber. So I'm just going to leave them, and if they start to, you know, look dead, then I can pick them out as cucumber vines. But the cucumbers were all in hills right here. I just went through anything I found that had a root to it, I pulled it out. But you can see they were growing off all the way out through there. They were up in the corn. They were all up in the okra. They were growing through the other side onto the green beans. So just crazy, absolutely crazy. But feel better having them pulled out of here now. I'll take this bucket in the house. We're not going to turn all these into pickles, so I'm just going to give away what's left. But done dealing with cucumbers. It was very rewarding. Those few little hills, they produced a lot. Which cucumbers are mostly water, but still, they produced a lot. They did very, very well. So if I can find a market for them, I'll grow them again. I just got to find people that'll actually come and buy them or take them, whatever. Anyway, later today, we're going to come out and pull sweet corn. So I'm super excited about that.